My name's Darren Hart. I'm with the American Legend Aircraft Company. We're based out of Sulphur Springs, Texas.
Oh, okay, great. Well, let's walk around this plane and you can explain what it is and how this is better than, say, your standard Cub or something.
Well, that's exactly what this airplane's designed after is the Piper Super Cub. And what we did is we just try to make the ultimate Cub from the Piper Cub series. So this one's a MOAK edition, and MOAK stands for Mother of All Cubs. So that's based around the backcountry flyer and the venture type flyer that likes to, land off airports. And this one is loaded down with lots of options. It has the Lycoming IO 390, 210 horsepower. It also has the Hartzell Trailblazer prop, which is a 3-blade prop. This gives you the constant speed propeller and the performance. It's equipped with the Garmin G3X system. It's all glass panel, and then it has an autopilot with it, and it's set up for your pitch and roll, and also has trim, so you can actually program if you want to fly at 3,000 feet. You can set it up for airspeed or vertical speed, and it'll climb at 500 feet per minute, level off, automatically trim the airplane.
That's awesome, yeah.
And we'll do a full-blown IFR approach if you wanted to. So pretty different for a Cub to be able to go IFR and have an autopilot system. Right. And this has the MOAK edition. The MOAK edition has the hatch that you see right here and has the extended baggage. And it also has a third seat option. This one has 3 seats in it.
Oh, wow.
So it's 3 in tandem. You can pull all that out and you can fill up the whole baggage area. We've had people that put a sleeping bag back there, and it's like 90 inches of room, so you can fully stretch out and camp out in your own airplane if you wanted to. This has all the great suspension with the 31-inch Desta tires, the Monster shocks from TK1. It has the performance flaps, which is a slotted flap. This has a square wing where the flaps are extended, and then it has the big ailerons on it. It has the aluminum struts from Airframes Alaska. It has the baggage pod and custom interior and quite a few other little options on this airplane.
Now with the pod underneath, how much weight can you carry underneath with that?
Probably 75 pounds or something like that. You can play that. You can put 180 pounds of baggage in the back baggage area, in the main baggage area. And then you can put a 200-pound person in the front, and a 200-pound person in the middle seat, we call it. And typically we're seeing about 850 to 900 pounds useful load in the aircraft. Well, on the Super Legends, we basically have 4 different engine options. We have the Lycoming 235, which is only 115 horsepower. That one we're able to build the airplane to an SLSA certification standard or an ELSA. And then when we offer the Continental Titan engine, which is a 0340, and it's 180 horsepower, we do have an option of going to 174 horsepower if you use low compression, and you can burn 93 octane autofuel in it.
Okay.
And then we have the Continental Titan 370, which is 195 horsepower, and then the Lycoming 390, which is 210.
Now this model as it stands right here, what would this run a customer?
This one's equipped, very well equipped. It's $400,000.
Yeah, well, I mean, it has just about everything.
Yeah, it has all the boxes checked on this one. So most of the MOAKs are all build assist program. We do have a few out there actually that people are building at home and in their shops. But the build assist program at Sulphur Springs at the factory is real popular. Everybody's
so they come down to you guys.
They make trips down there, and they actually will build their own airplane.
And how long, on average, does it take?
On average, the build process is about 6 to 7 months. We have guys who will make 6 to 8 trips, and they'll spend 3 or 4 days at a time. They really want to be involved with their building the aircraft.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, they build 51%.
So as far as base model goes, what would a base model run a customer?
You can get the airplane if you go pretty basic with like a trig radio and transponder and a Cato propeller and basically equipped without the MOAK option and the square wing. You can get in about $250,000 range.
Okay.
And then you can top out around $400,000, which is a good example of this one. Everything's manufactured at the factory at Sulphur Springs. We weld up our own frames. We do our, the wings are all built at the factory, so the whole airplane's built there. course, we'll buy the engine and the propeller and the suspension from TK1 and other resources. The covering process is Synchronite 102, and use the Star Gloss process, and then Ranthing paint on top of that. And that's part of the build. Our frame is basically 3 inches wider, completely through the box area of the aircraft, from the wing attach points down to the landing gear attach points. We have doors on both sides. We don't have any restrictions on opening and closing doors in flight. I mean, that's the big thing about Cubs. You want to have that experience of having the doors open and flying across the pastures and the cornfields at 500 feet and enjoying your sights. Yeah, they'll stay right here, and you can fly just like it is right now. But yeah, the doors are very simple. You just open and close them, and then this has a little pin that flips down. And of course, we'll lock it into the pin over here.
Yeah.
But you can open and close them in flight.
Now you said this is a 3-seater model?
Yes, actually, you'll see the third seat back there.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yep.
And
So
you can take that out pretty easily.
Yeah, it's just Velcroed in. We weld in the seatbelt attachments and everything, but that seat comes right out, and then this will fold down, and then you crawl back in there and fold it back up in a matter of seconds.
Okay.
And it's good for a small lady or we had 3 full adults back there. I've been back there myself.
Now, so how do these slats here work?
Well, what the slats are, they're aerodynamically controlled. We have a locking pin there to keep the wind from chattering and stuff. But as you get into a higher angle attack, they'll start opening up and redirecting the airflow.
Okay, so it's just more automatic.
Right.
It's not connected to your flaps or
No,
anything.
they're all aerodynamically controlled. And of course, you could be at a 45-degree pitch attitude, power on, and will not stall.
Okay. And they're independent of each other.
Yeah. So if you're say you're doing an accelerated stall, your upper wing's always going to stall first, and they'll level out or roll to the opposite direction. So what these do is these flaps will actually work harder on your upwind side and keep the wing flying. So it's a huge safety advantage.
The retractable lights?
Retractable.
Oh, they come down.
Your battery on. So
that's so awesome.
when you're coming in on our approach, you can adjust it so you can see the runway. Of course, when being a tailwheel aircraft, your tail is down when you're taxiing, and then you can readjust them so you can taxi the airplane.
Oh,
And
wow.
you see how fast they come up and down. It's just on
is it just a button?
it's a momentary switch that goes up and down, so you can push it, and that's all there is to it.
I see the tail wheels like twice the size of the regular Super Cub.
Yes, that's just a Alaskan baby bush wheel tire
Okay.
that Airframes Alaska sells, and it has the Acme Stinger system on it for suspension. When you're landing in the backcountry, you're landing on the beaches and sand or loose, small gravel beaches and stuff.
Yeah.
You want a big tire because it'll be like a plow going through the sand and the rocks and stuff. So this is what they call the baby bush wheel tire. It's a little bit wider and a lot more surface area. And besides having a leaf spring, just like a Piper Super Cub would have, this is the Acme Stinger system. So it gives you a lot better suspension when you come in and land in those rough conditions, or want to drop it in. It's the same reason why you want good suspension on your main gear, because you want to absorb that extra load that you're putting in through the airframe.
Thanks so much. I really
welcome.
appreciate it.